Going on to you Libras out here. So you have the Chariot, the Knight of Wands, and then you Libras have the King of Swords. So okay. So there's a sense of, like I said before, there's a real sense of some serious growth that a lot of you Libras have had. We're going to get into it, right? We're going to get into it. But the Chariot right here represents you needing, you Libras are actually coming up with a new sense of meaning for your life. So there's a value here where you Libras are like, okay, you need to actually reshape the value of your own life. You need to create a new direction. What are you actually dedicating your time to? What legacy are you actually leaving behind? There's a sense of you Libras looking at it and seeing that, you know, some of the things that you thought were off, and that some of the things that you had held up that was important, right, was unnecessary. And that you're not doing that. Right, you're not holding up those elements that you once thought were so important, because others didn't value that the same like you did, to the degree that you Libras did. So the thing is that the Knight of Wands and the King of Swords is about, so now there's a reshaping of, there's a redirection, there's a reshaping of what kind of direction that you want to go in, right? What type of lifestyle do you want to have? And you Libras are like, you know, yes, you still trying to date and everything like that. Of course, that ain't changed, but there's a more sense of you Libras being a lot more serious with that, in the sense that you're not dealing with the hyena-ness anymore. You're not dealing with the hyena stuff. And the thing about it is that, from what I'm seeing, is the Hermit and the Star card, which, okay, right, which represents how you Libras are learning slowly but surely. It's like you're Libra, it's like breadcrumbing. You're learning this piece by piece by piece. It's not like you're learning a whole lot all at once. It's more so about you Libras are understanding piece by piece, layer by layer, why it is that you can't be a hyena, why it's not good for you to be a hyena, right? And why indulging or diving into hyena activities is not good practice, because you Libras are understanding that there's a lot of confusion there. Things don't get solved, and because things don't get solved, there's a lot of problems that pile up over the years. And see how the good things happen to you is that you have to have the problems, you have to solve the problems. See, this is what I'm talking about. You know, everybody wants good times, or whatever kind of version they think of is good and whatever, but they don't understand that the problems that are standing in the way is what stop those good times. So when you have good times showing up in your life, manifesting in your life, whatever you want to call it, it's because you've answered the problems that you were supposed to answer. And because none of those problems, right, new levels, new devils, like I say, because those devils are not there, because you wrestled them, you saw them, you've defeated them, those specific devils, now you make way for space for all the good things to pop into your life, right, to happen to you. So a lot of you Libras, right, the Hermit and the Star card, you're learning how to seek refuge from the old you, the being overly tolerant of dysfunctional people, trying to make friends with people that you know deep down obviously don't really have your best interest in mind and all of that. And the Star card right here represents, you know, you looking for long-term change, you know, you wanting to change for the better long term, but also, you know, trying to see if there's any kind of benefit doing this. Because there's also this time where it's like, okay, you're doing something that is new to you. You're not accustomed to a lot of you Libras are not accustomed to staying out of the fray, staying out of the nonsense, going right, staying low, right? What I mean when I say staying low, being undercover, not being the center of attention, right, for a long period of time. So a lot of you, this is new to a lot of you. And the thing is that the High Priestess and the Six of Wands, right, represents how, and now you're in this space spiritually where you've been doing a lot of change and a lot of growing and everything like that. And because you've been doing that, this is all new. So now it's a whole new set of things that you have to learn about this new type of lifestyle now that you've chosen to not always be the center of attention. And I'm not saying that you Libras were always the center of attention, but I'm saying trying to live the hyena's lifestyle. Like, you gotta understand that most of the solid people that I know of, I don't know them personally, but most of the solid people that I know of, they're to themselves. They're quieter than the average Joe or Jane. They're to themselves, like I said. They're solitary. So not only do they not necessarily always talk a lot, but not saying that they don't either, but I'm saying that, like, they're not always gossiping. They're not gossiping at all. They're solitary. The lifestyle that they live very much so speaks to what most people will consider to be quote unquote boring, right? They're not in the news. They're not trying to particularly make a name for themselves. They're trying to heal from their trauma from that they've experienced in the world, right? They're solitary. They think before they act a lot of times. You know, they live a quiet type of lifestyle. And a hyena doesn't do that. They very much so are caught up in the transaction, the attention, the clout, right? The name always in the news, always in somebody else's mouth for the dysfunctional and wild and outrageous things that they do. And see, the thing is that the Queen of Pentacles right here represents, but that's not you anymore. And I'm not saying that that was you Libras entirely, right? I know that Libra is a mischievous zodiac sign. You know, I know that Virgo is a mischievous zodiac sign. So the Queen of Pentacles is about you Libras, very much so, are choosing to not be about that, to be very much so stable in your lifestyle. And the thing is that the Ten of Wands and the Judgment represents denouncing the need for a constant attention, even from friends, right? Truly living in your head, truly being a more solitary Libra, which is to live in your head. A lot of Libras be to themselves and living in their head anyway. And now a lot of you Libras are going to start acting your zodiac sign when it comes to living in your head and living that kind of boring lifestyle. Because Libra isn't a zodiac sign that is like wants to show their face all the time. It's just that Libra, y'all sometimes feel like y'all gotta prove something to other people, right? And that's where the gangsterism come from, because a lot of Libras, from what I see, are gangsters. That's just me though. You know, K-Flock, I'm saying, a lot of you Libras, y'all got that spirit in you, you know. So a lot of you have something to prove at that point. But now it's like you Libras, not what happens when y'all don't really have anything to prove. What happens is that you become impervious to other people's over judgments of you, right? You stop doing things for the sake of trying to have other people impressed, or for other people to you know, for other people to understand that you have something to prove. You know, at some point you got to stop trying to. At some point, right? Anyone who's wise realizes that they don't have anything to prove. I don't have anything to prove, and it's not because I'm wise per se. It just means that I just realized that, like, yo, like the people that once wanted smoke, they don't even want smoke anymore. So what am I getting? What am I wilding out for, right? And I'm from New York with this. So it's like what am I wilding out for? You know what I mean? What am I wilding out for? The answer to that is that I realized somewhere along those lines, it's not even in my benefit to still be wilding out. You know what I mean? So let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify the Ten of Wands. So overall, this is a very good reading because it means that you Libras are growing in a way that other people can't manipulate you, right? Because when you have something to prove to others, people can push your buttons and get you on your nerves. Then you wild out. It makes you look a certain kind of way, right? Or even when you entangled or enraptured with the attention, right? The large social circles, right? That's still some hyena stuff to a certain extent, because the real people that I know don't really have a large inner circle. Small, solid, you know. So you have the Unalive card, Chariot, the Knight of Pentacles, yeah, the Page of Cups, yeah, and the Empress, which is Libra, yeah. The Unalive card, the Chariot, and the Knight of Cups, yeah. This speaks loud and clearly to me. This is about, because the thing is that you have learned to not care so much. That's why the Unalive card popped up. It represents you leaving behind what truly doesn't matter, right? You care too much. You care too much. You Libras wanted the social circle, and then you realize that the social circle and everything, the large one, right? Having a team and having everybody have your back and all that, that's not possible, because you have people who enviously you like a mug. So the Chariot and the Knight of Pentacles represents, you realize that was slowing you down. So you have to rock with people that legitimately have your back like that. That's showing you for a very long time that they have your back and that they've never switched up. The Page of Cups and the Empress, right? And you are going to lose some friends. And some people are going to be wondering why. You know, there's times myself where personally, you know, people have asked me certain things, and I've told them straight up, respectfully, that, you know, I ain't necessarily want to hang out because we don't share value systems. And it's not, and again, I want to put an emphasis on respect, because I truly wasn't going at them. And nor was I afraid of them. It wasn't afraid. Or fear. What it was is, I just realized that, like, I get upset, sad when I hang around that person because of what they've done, right? So I realized that I can't hang around these people. Same thing when it comes to, like, YouTubers, right? Even people here on YouTube, right? The ones that, like, I've had interactions with, or I try to support, stuff like this, that it didn't necessarily go the way that I wanted it to. The way that I handle my business is that for the ones that hasn't really done too much, I'll just stay, for the ones that have, I'll just stay completely away. But for the ones that haven't really done too much, don't get it twisted. I may pop in and pop out every now and again, show up, watch their videos, you know, respectfully, right? Watch their respective videos and their channel. And then I just go about my business, but I'm not standing around them for a long time. And that's what you Libras have done. That's where the power is. See, this is what I'm trying to tell you. that being a Libra is a heavy card because it's about making peace. You know, people in the comment section was talking about how something, because this, that. Listen, I was engaged to a Libra. Stop playing with me. I know Libra. Some of my best friends in high school were Libras. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing. One of my Valentines in high school was is a Libra. I'm sure, she's doing well, but or still alive or whatever but a Libra. She used to hang out with two others, right? In her clique. Both of them were Libras too. So it was a clique of three of them. All of them were Libras. So I've hung around that Libra energy literally a large majority of my life. So stop playing with me. I know what I'm talking about. I know that when Libras try to live that type of gangster lifestyle, it don't work for them. It don't. You have to you're a zodiac sign where responsibility, you're the zodiac sign of responsibility. Why? You represent the Libra scales. The Libra scales represent right and wrong. And I'm not talking about from a moralistic sense. I'm talking about equity, fairness. That's what Libra represents. So come on now, people who whatever, respectfully, how you gonna come to me and say that that's not what Libra represents, when the whole principle of Libra is for them to balance their life out, balance their self out, bring balance to their own life? Because Libras a lot of the times don't be having balance. Tell me in the comment section if I'm lying, y'all. But that's other than that, that's pretty much it though. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. The Empress represents you just have to understand your own value. And that you have changed and that there's nothing to be afraid of. That's it though. Trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell. Set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. Peace, Libra.